Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Happy New Year. My name is Natalia Leigh. I'm an indie author and the managing editor at Enchanted Ink Publishing, and I started yet another new book. And if you watched my 2024 goals videos in which I kind of broke down the different books that I'm going to be working on this year and hopefully publishing, this one will still not sound familiar because it is a totally new project, and Sasha's here on my lap with me, so you might see her. But I have started a new book kind of randomly. I've had this huge burst of inspiration, and I started writing it this week. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. I'm gonna get my document pulled up here and we'll see how far in I am in terms of word count. And yeah, I am just going to be taking you along on this little journey of writing a totally new project that I was not at all planning to write this year. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoy the video, and let's get started. All right, so for those of you, whether you have or have not watched my 2024 goals video, I will link it down below. But what I am working on right now, in addition to this new book I started, is Proofreading, the second book in my paranormal romance trilogy. I am a few chapters in, so we are going to be working on that today. And I am also working on finalizing the outline for book 3. The outline is almost completely done at this point. The last time I worked on it, I changed a few plot points, I added some details, I removed some details, but we still need to get that totally finalized. And then on top of that, I outlined and started writing a contemporary romance book this week. And Song of the Dryad, which I would grab and hold up for you, but Sasha's on my lap, so I'm not going to disturb her. Song of the Dryad takes place in a contemporary world with fairy magic added on top. So that's kind of like the world is contemporary, but then it obviously has fantasy elements in it. This book that I'm working on now is the first book I have ever written or attempted to write that is a straight, full, across-the-board contemporary. I picked up Romancing the Beat by Gwen Hayes. I got the actual paperback because I love having paperback versions of my craft books. And I read through that, and I also got the new, what's it called? Universal Fantasy in Fiction by T. Taylor. I picked up her new book too. And using those two books, I was able to relatively easily outline this contemporary romance novel. It came together really, really fast. And I've now outlined probably, I think the last time I did 3 Pistol Daisy novels, 2, yeah. So I'm now sitting at like 7 novels that I've outlined in the last few months. And I think I'm getting so much better at outlining. So I outlined this book in 2 days. Today is Saturday, January 6th. On Monday and Tuesday of this past week, I outlined this book. So I spent 2 days outlining it. I started writing it on Wednesday. So I worked on it Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night after work and, you know, everything else that I needed to do over the course of the week. Let me get it pulled up here, and we're gonna see where I'm sitting in terms of word count right now, because this thing, I have been honestly just like ripping through this novel so fast. I'm working on chapter 6, and I am 9,370 words into this manuscript in 3 days. But I've been writing so fast. This book is just coming together incredibly easily, and I am hoping, my heat is kicking on, so you'll probably hear that in the background. I am hoping to have this book finished in January and then do, you know, my editing passes, and it would be awesome if I could publish this book in like March, April, something like that. But again, on top of that, I'm also working on the proofread for book 2 in my paranormal romance trilogy, and I'm still doing all of my editing work and everything. So my time that I have for this book is limited, but I am so excited for it right now, and it's coming along so well that I want to kind of flow with that. I mentioned in my 2024 video, I want to go with the flow more often. I've become a very rigid personality in the past couple of years, which, I mean, it's okay. It has really worked for EIP, our business, and my work schedule, but I want to go with the flow a little bit more, and I just figured I have so much inspiration for this book, I'm going to start writing it, and it is just flying along. I have not yet written today. Like I said, it's Saturday at 2:30. My mom and one of our nephews came to visit today. It was so much fun. We had a great day with them, and they just headed home. And now I am going to settle in. I'm going to start by doing some proofreading of book 2 in my trilogy, because that is like the priority right now. And then after I get 1 to 2 chapters, you know, proofread of that, then I think I'm going to go ahead and switch into this new contemporary romance. So I'm going to be taking you along with me probably this weekend, maybe this week. We'll see how much footage I get. And I hope you enjoy watching it, and we're going to see how quickly I can write my first ever contemporary romance novel. So thanks for being here. I'm going to set Sasha down so that I can do what I need to do, and we're gonna get started on some proofreading. So let's dive in. Okay, I have my PDF, my formatted PDF pulled up here. I am a little behind with how many chapters I wanted to have already proofread this week. I need to get started on chapter 3. I think chapter 3 is pretty short, so we might be able to get through a couple chapters here pretty quickly. I've already line and copy edited this project, so it is pretty easy to get through. So not only, when I'm doing this proofread, not only am I looking out for, you know, typos, or like when you mean to say from and you type form instead, those little things can be really easy to like sweep right over, so I'm trying to keep an eye out for those. But a big thing that I'm looking for in my formatted PDF, and this is one of the big reasons why it's important to get a proofread after your book has been copy edited and formatted, is that I'm looking for how the text looks on a page. I'm looking for really tight lines, or lines that are stretched out too far. I'm making sure that we don't have like widows and orphans hanging out, and, you know, make changes to kerning and line pulling as much as possible to correct stuff like that. This smoke that you see coming up is my humidifier. I have a little humidifier in here for my eyes. So yeah, I'm not just looking for typos when I'm doing this proofread. I'm really looking for how the copy looks on the page. It's, you know, many people think, and it's okay to think this, I thought this for a long time too before I started editing, but a lot of people think a proofread is just like, oh, sweep through it real quick, try to look for any typos. And yes, it is that, but it's also making sure that the book actually looks the way it needs to look. So there's a lot that goes into a proofread. It's not just like a glorified spell check. It's a lot more than that. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into this. I'm on chapter 3. This is actually kind of a long chapter, and then chapter 4 is a long chapter 2. So I'll probably try to get through these 2 chapters, see how long it takes me. It's 2:40 right now. So, oh, and I just, like, right here, I just caught an error on page 39. I need to put a texture on this right-facing page. There's not a texture on it. So little stuff like that is what I'm going to be looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in, and I will let you know when I am finished proofreading these chapters. Okay, it is 3:35, so that was almost an hour, and I proofread 2 chapters, so I am now on to chapter 5. Chapter 5 is super short, so that'll only take me probably like 10 minutes, if even that. And then chapter 6 I think is another long one. Chapter 4 was a long chapter, so that took me a little bit more time. But yeah, I went ahead and I did those 2 chapters. I think I might go pour myself like a cup of tea or something. It's been a really cold day. I don't know how cold it is outside now. Let's see. It feels like 18. So we have a 10-degree wind chill right now. It feels like 18. So it is the perfect time to go make a cup of tea. And then I feel like working on my book. my book. I'm already working on a book. My contemporary romance, I feel like working on that. Yeah, I'm just gonna get it pulled up. I have a little playlist going that I have been putting some music into, and I'm honestly just so excited to be working on this project. There's something about it that is so easy. I forgot to mention, and I wanted to let you know that the contemporary romance book, I am writing in first person present tense, I think. And I think that's the same as what I did in Pistol Daisy. Yeah, so I wrote Pistol Daisy in first person present tense, and Pistol Daisy remains one of the, in terms of the first draft, this remains one of the easiest books I ever wrote. I flew through this during a DRYAD. If you never watched those vlogs and you're interested in going back and watching them, I will link the first one down below, but I wrote this one during a DRYAD. And this one is first person present tense, and I am writing this book in first person present tense. Yeah, so I'm shifting from third person for my paranormal romance into first person for my contemporary romance, and it has actually been surprisingly easy to get into the character's head. I didn't realize how easy it would be to just slip right into her head, but I did, and it has been just a total joy writing her story. And I know I probably sound really congested right now. I've been having a lot of allergy problems, so yeah, I probably sound super congested. But I'm gonna go ahead and go pour myself a cup of tea. It's 3:40. I really want a glass of wine. My 30th birthday is next weekend, so that's why my mom came up today and brought one of our nephews, and she got me a new little like wine glass with my initial on it and like a straw. It looks so fun to drink out of, and she got me some peach Moscato, I think. So I really want to have some of that, but I'm gonna wait and have it with dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and go make myself a cup of tea, probably get the leftovers heating up. We're just gonna have leftovers tonight, keep it simple. And then we're gonna get started on getting some words on the page for my contemporary romance. So let's go grab some tea and then start writing. Okay, it's 4:30. I have been sipping my tea out of the brand new mug my mom got me for my birthday. It is so cute. So I'm having some tea. I worked on the book blurb a little bit. This is a new thing I've been doing, is writing the blurb early, because it really helps me to ensure that I know my premise. And one of the problems in book 2 of my romance trilogy was that I kind of lost the premise while I was working on it. And honestly, going back to the blurb that I had already written really reminded me of what the book was supposed to be. And that's one of the reasons that I knew it needed work before I could publish it. So that's why I did such a big rewrite at the end of October and during NaNoWriMo, is because I had totally lost my premise. So writing a blurb early can help remind you of what that premise is and what your goals are and your intentions for the story. And it's really easy. It's like a touchstone. It's something that you can come back to frequently or whenever you need to while you're working, especially if you feel like you're losing your way. So I worked on my blurb a little bit. I had originally written it in third person because I thought I was going to write this book in third person. So I rewrote it in first person, and I'm pretty happy with it. Granted, it is still kind of a rough draft, so I will continue kind of just messing around with it and kind of like tweaking things as needed as I'm working on this book. So like I said, I am about to start chapter 6. Chapter 5 was our break into Act 2, so we are firmly in the new world now. But before I start working on chapter 6, there are some other things I need to do. The horses need to be fed. I'm going to heat up some leftover broccoli soup for dinner, bake some fresh bread. I am doing a yoga challenge this month. I typically do the Yoga with Adriene 30-day yoga challenge, but instead of just doing Adriene's videos, I'm just doing any yoga video I feel like every single day throughout January. So I want to do that before I get started writing, because as soon as I get started writing, I know the hours are just gonna like fly by, and suddenly it's gonna be 9 o'clock and I'm not gonna want to do yoga at 9 o'clock. So let's go and get some like responsible stuff done on this Saturday evening, finish my cup of tea, and then once I've had a bite to eat, the horses have been fed and I've done my yoga, we are going to start working on chapter 6 of my contemporary romance. Okay, I did my yoga and I made dinner, I ate dinner, I poured myself a little glass of wine, and I am working on my book. I actually wrote an entire chapter already. It was a short chapter, it was only 3 pages, but I wrote 1,154 words. I finished chapter 6, and chapter 6 was like an external plot beat. You know, this is a romance, so the romance really is taking center stage, but of course there's an external plot that needs to play out as well. And that's what this chapter was. It was just kind of building on that external plot. And now chapter 7, which I am about to get started on, is, let me pull up my outline here, I don't even know what this would be called. Originally it was going to be the push beat, like the push into the new world, but she's already fully in the new world, so I'm not sure, but it's kind of like a second push into a new world. So I don't know. Let's just say, for sake of simplicity, this is like, she's already in the new world, but she's getting an extra push into becoming involved in the hero's world. So we're taking a step forward with him. We are taking a step forward in terms of the romantic elements. And I am so, so excited to get into that, because they have met, they've had their meet cute. She is interested in him. She doesn't know if he's interested in her. And this is going to really push them together. So we're going to go ahead and get started on chapter 7. The book is currently sitting at 10,524 words. 10,524 words. And today's only the 4th day I'm working on it. So this is coming along really well. It's coming together quickly. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun. And yeah, that was my little update. I'm gonna go ahead and dive back in, probably finish my little glass of wine, and I will either see you again tonight or maybe tomorrow when I am working on it again. Bye. Okay, it is 9:15. I have been writing for quite a while, so I'm going to wrap it up here, but I wanted to let you know how many words I wrote today and where our word count is sitting. All right, so today was, I think, my biggest day so far, my biggest writing day. I am sitting at 3,977 words written this evening. Almost 4,000 words, like just a pinch, a smidge away from having written 4,000 words tonight. And my total word count is sitting at 13,347. And as a reminder, I started this book on Wednesday, and today is Saturday. So in 4 days, I have written over 13,000 words. This is coming along so well. I am so excited about this, and I am having a lot of fun just with these characters in this contemporary world, writing the types of characters that I have never ever written before, and I am having a blast with it. But I am tired. You can probably see in my eyes I'm pretty tired now, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I am going to head to bed, and I will definitely be working on my book tomorrow. I need to do some more proofreading tomorrow. I want to have my proofread hopefully done by the end of this next week. So we'll see. I'm gonna have to push a little bit harder for sure this week to get that proofread done. So we will be working on that this week. We will be working on this book this week. I am going to be wrapping up a copy edit this week and then starting another one a week from Monday. So there's just a lot going on. But yeah, gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the night, and I will see you back here again very soon. Bye. Hello, my friends. It is Sunday afternoon. It is 3 p.m. on Sunday. I've had a really good day. I've had kind of a slow day. I'm tired today. I didn't get as much sleep this weekend as I usually do, so I'm a bit tired. I've been staying up a little bit too late. So I'm feeling kind of slow today, but I am working on my book, and I wanted to tell you where I'm at with that. We are continuing chapter 8, I want to say. Yeah, we are continuing work on chapter 8. I am in the second scene of chapter 8. Last night I finished the first scene, so today I have just been working on that second scene, and it's coming along really well. I had to describe a character's house, and it was fun. I went on Zillow and looked up a house in the city, in the neighborhood where I want this character to live, and I was looking at all of the ridiculously expensive houses in that area. And once I found one I liked, I was able to look at photos of it while I was describing the house, so that was kind of fun. But yeah, I am sitting at 1,866 words written so far today. Even though I'm kind of writing a little bit slow and I'm feeling tired today, I am really enjoying it, and I'm gonna keep just kind of chugging along. So I think it would be, I don't think it would be crazy to say I'll probably hit about 3,000 words today, but we'll see. There goes my heat. And with that, I am at 15,227 words. So we are over 15K, steadily approaching 20K, and it hasn't even been a week yet. So this is going really well. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base with you. I had some leftover broccoli soup for lunch. I am having a glass of water. I already did my yoga today. I did my yoga this morning. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep working, keep writing, and I will keep you updated. Okay, it is evening time. It's early evening, 4:30, and I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up my writing day. So I wanted to let you know how things went. I just finished the chapter I've been working on, so I just finished chapter 8. Tomorrow I will get started on chapter 9. And today I wrote 2,772 words, just shy of 3K. I am incredibly happy with that. And with that additional 2,772 words, we are sitting at 16,135 words. So creeping toward that 20K. I am at 48 pages. And like I said, I am about to start chapter 9, and currently in my outline I have 28 chapters plus an epilogue, so 29 chapters in total, and I'm on chapter 9. So I am wondering how long this book might be when it's done, but there's just no way of knowing at this point. Because it's a Sunday night, I'm actually gonna go ahead and wrap up this vlog here. So as a recap, even though I didn't film all of it this week I outlined this book on Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday through Sunday, 5 days, I wrote, and I'm currently sitting at 16,135 words at the end of week 1. I am hoping to vlog every week until I finish this book. And, you know, throughout these vlogs, you'll probably be seeing a little bit of proofreading as I'm proofreading book 2 in my trilogy. That is going to come out here in less than 2 months. That'll probably be out either late February or very beginning of March. I'll kind of keep you updated with that as I work through that process. But yeah, that is all for this little writing vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, even though it was only 2 days of writing. And I am going to start filming the next vlog tomorrow on Monday, January 8th. And I will see you again, hopefully next week, with another writing vlog. And I'm hoping we will be well into the 25,000 word range by the time I check in with you again, or at least by the time the next video goes live. So thank you guys so much. I hope the beginning of 2024 is going well for you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.